I heard him before. Hello, hello, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you now. I'll drop down
Okay.
the Alpha 3 music. Okay, joining us now as we get the Free Play Hall of Fame induction going. It is our, I believe, number 10 qualifier for the Hall of Fame this year, and multiple-time Hall of Famer now. It's John Gao. How are you, John?
I'm doing good. How about you? How's everyone going so far?
Pretty good. It's been a weird morning. Been attacked by a dog, and, you know, same old, same old.
Oh, really? So being attacked by a dog is every normal day now?
It's happened multiple times now. So this is the third time. Third time. Just sometimes you look up and there's a random dog in your house and you don't own any dogs. It's been weird. How
Whoa.
about how about you, John? How was life in the shelter at home quarantine?
Um, I'm doing okay. It's pretty normal. I'm pretty much just working around home right now. Um, it's just like every time I get up at 8, I just walk in 5 minutes, turn on my computer, and yeah, that's it. I just do my thing.
So you've been working at home, everything's good with the employment and everything?
Yeah, everything's okay with employment. Yeah, that's all I can say. It's normal. My team is just like we're just making sure we're okay. We've
Hmm.
been more communicative with each other. We have a little every week we keep in touch, talk about how's our day, what's going on. Yeah, things like that. Just try to keep things positive and keep our minds off from the current situation.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's good that you have work. You're able to stick with it. You've been going to free play as long as I can remember. When did you first hear about free play?
I remember back in 2016. I remember a year I see on a random post on Facebook
Hmm.
or a forum. It was on from some kind of news editor. He's talking about, oh, we have there's a potential arcade that's coming up in Richardson.
Hmm.
So I was like, oh, cool. Finally, we have arcades around here, and I just want to check it out when the day of the opening. So that's pretty much I heard about the free play, Richardson.
You went there opening day?
Uh, no, not really. I did not. I went there a bit later. That's when they had the first little discount. So I decided, okay, cool. Let me go check it out and
Like a half
during
price
this
day?
discounts. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, that's about it.
Gotcha. I remember the first time I remember meeting you, you may have a different recollection of meeting me, was during the King of Fighters 96 Spring Series event. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. I remember that's where I first met you at the Spring Series during like King of Fighters '96.
Hmm. Were you in the community group before then?
No, I found out about the community group after the Spring Series. Then I saw your random posts on. No, I think I did. Or was before because I remember I joined in and you were talking about doing a Donkey Kong high score challenge.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
I can't remember if that was before or after Spring Series. That's when I joined the
That
community
was
group.
definitely after. That was after, because we had a high score challenge to us. No, that was even before the high score list or the high score challenge. Either way, you're definitely season one free play player. Also a season one free play community group member. Like you were there right from, if not the very first day, very shortly thereafter. I do remember you in Spring Series. I remember you did well in King of Fighters '96. Um, was that the only one you played in? I can't remember that.
During that Spring Series, it was King of Fighters '96, and I played that. What was that balloon game from Nintendo? It was,
Balloon fight.
yeah, Balloon Fights. Yes, I joined the Balloon Fights the week afterwards. King of Fighters '96. That's when the Spring.
Hello, we lost John. You there?
Can you hear me now?
I do.
Oh, not sure what happened.
You seem a little lower now, but I hear you.
Uh, hmm. Testing.
I hear you.
On, please.
Mhm.
Can you hear me clearly?
I can.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I joined the Balloon Fight. That's when it was like the week after the Kingdom 96. That's when they had the Spring Series had the every Sunday instead of the 3-day weekend now.
Yes. Yeah, it was every Sunday for 6 straight weeks. So you went to 2 of them. Did you bring your mom to that Mother's Day event? Because there was a Mother's Day tournament.
Yeah, I remember. I recall that there was a special event for them. No, I did not bring my mom to there, and she would not be pleased if I told her about it.
Because Balloon Fight is her game or is not her game?
It's not her game, but it's more like it's just more like a smack me in the head. Like, what? You would take me to a gaming place on a special day? Yeah, I think that's how gonna be her reaction.
Gotcha. How long have you been going to arcades?
Arcades. Ooh, I was a '90s kid, so I was pretty much young that time, and the only arcades I had was like at the laundromats, Second Save, and Mexican flea market plazas. So that's my arcade experience from there. I go there here and there and then, and the actual arcade was like it was back in Town East Mall. They call it Tilt Arcade
Yes,
and
yes,
Cyber Zone.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Cyber Zone that time too.
Yeah,
Well,
one
they
was
call it
upstairs, one
Cybertown.
was down.
Yeah, it was like both of them.
Hmm.
And I was just a kid at that time, so I don't have experience with arcades whenever my family like close. So I could like randomly like sneak out and just mess with them, look at it and pretend I'm playing on the arcades. And that's it. And Nicaragua. Oh, hello.
I'm here.
Okay. And Nicaragua. Oh yeah, that's when they used to have when they focus on arcades back then before they expand to different kind of business now.
Yeah, before the redemption games and stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Nowadays, like more ticket redemption and more family focus compared to back then.
Have you ever lived in Mexico? Like you played in Mexican flea markets, you said?
No,
It's not
it
the
was like
craziest
one
question because you play King of Fighters games and many other games that are more commonly associated with players from Mexico.
The funny thing is, I didn't know it was like a Mexican thing until I was like scrolling on the internet, and there was jokes about it.
Hmm.
So I knew about the King of Fighters, but I just didn't know it was really a Mexican focus game.
I mean, it's not like it's a Japanese game. It's popular in Mexico. Has been, if not as popular, more popular than Street Fighter.
Yeah, that's true, and I just say that kind of fact is kind of humorous to me.
Hmm.
But no, not really. It's next to where the second save. That like the area was like really, the neighborhoods were very Mexican heavy, oriented, focus around the area. So that's why I got a little exposure around there. And plus, I used to live around that. My partners used to live around the area too.
Gotcha.
But yeah, but then besides that SNK, I've been exposed to other games too, like Street Fighter Alpha 1 and 2, Marvel vs. Capcom series. So throughout the whole, since X-Men to Marvel vs. Capcom 1, I've been exposed to Punisher beat 'em up games, shooters, Metal Slug, puzzle games. Yeah, and Mortal Kombat. Yeah, that's why most of the arcades I've been exposed to most of the time. Back in my days.
Which Mortal Kombat do you play?
It was the arcade I saw was there used to be a Mortal Kombat 2, but they replaced it with the Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. It was during that time. It was quite hard because I didn't know the dial-up combos. I was so used to the Mortal Kombat 2 gameplay, so it was like fighting against the AI was really hard. So. So it was really quite difficult at that time, and we didn't know. And that time there was no internet back then, so we had to like scavenge of how to do these moves and dial-up, and it was kind of hard to get the timing right with the dialogue combos.
Yeah, yeah. Plus you had to pay a quarter every time you played, so
Oh yeah,
could get expensive.
yeah, it is.
Let's see, what arcade were you playing in Town East? Is that where you played Marvel vs. Capcom and all those games?
No, most of the time we just buy my laundromats. Just my laundromats. That's where
It's
I'm playing
interesting. You're a
Marvel vs.
laundromat
Capcom
warrior.
games. Yeah,
I mean, your game
yeah.
fits that bill entirely. Like you're good at shooters, you're good at Neo Geo games, you're good at King of Fighters games. Like at Neo Geo games in particular, I noticed you have many of those high scores. In fact, let me pull up the high score list. Yeah. what's the best laundromat arcade you ever went to?
My best laundromat. Gosh, I don't know. I don't know what's the name of it, but it was very close to my apartment. My favorite. It was like a 5 minute walk. So each time I want to go with my older sister, when she want to do her wash her clothes, I always tag along because there's always be some new arcades popping up. So I get really excited to insert some quarters while we're waiting for our clothes to be washed. Most of the time, it was just like there was some Neo Geo games, but most of the time I was excited playing Street Fighter Alpha 2 and Marvel Superheroes. I was more having fun with that games.
Yeah, you have. Do you know how many free play high scores you have?
I don't know. I did not count. I was still. Each time I look at it, I'll see his villain.
What's your guess? I want to see if you can get within 10.
Ooh. I'm gonna guess how much. I mean, like probably 20 high scores.
You have 39 free play arcade high scores. Many of them. Megatech Ghouls and Ghosts. Let's see, Fatal Fury 2, Fatal Fury 2 Special. Almost any fighter you have with a score attack you have it. Kabuki Clash, King of Fighters 98 and 2000. What else? Metal Slug 3, you have the record for that. Metal Slug X, you have the record for that. Yeah, wide variety here. Ragnagard? I don't even know what that game is. Basically, anything on Neo Geo, you have about a 1 in 2 chance of being a high score holder of that. Did you play all those games back in the day, or?
Some of them, most of them I did. Some of them was kind of new to me. Or each time I go, my favorite part was when I go to a free part arcade. It's like I look at the Neo Geo cap. I always like to see what kind of rotations they have. It's like, oh, that's pretty cool. Let me try this out. Yeah, like that Ragnarok. That was my first time I ever seen that thing. I was like, okay, I never seen this, but shoot, let me just get a chance to play this. And it was really fun. It was really fun just messing around. And I was like, oh, let me get some high score. Just get some free high score because I don't think anyone's gonna attempt to try this.
Not a lot of pro Ragnarok players out there. Let's see.
No, that's like obscure. It's really obscure game. It's fun, but it's really very obscure. It's like, yeah, I can see why I don't think anyone ever touched this before.
Looks like you have the Altered Beast record. Some really weird ones.
Yeah, the Altered Beast. Yeah, I was like, that was one of my first beat up games. I was playing on my MSS DOS.
Oh, on DOS? Were you a computer player growing up?
Yeah. I kind of. I had the Windows 95, but we have these CDs, have some games in it. I don't know, it was like a demo or anything. And inside there was Altered Beast in it. And yeah, I played it along with my younger sister that time as a co-op. So we just played on those keyboards. So I was like a WASD, I think, or something on the left side, while my sister was like arrows. So we just like compete. We just like work together to beat the game in the Altered Beast.
So you've played in a lot of Tuesday Night Fights. You're a multiple-time champion. I don't even know what all Tuesday Night Fights you've won. Do you happen to know?
Yeah. Also, I remember what I won. Very first one was the. That's when you and Sean went to Evo Japan. I was playing Mystery Challenge, Mystery Tournament.
The Wheel of Fighters, that one?
Yeah, the Wheel of Fighters in Arlington. Yeah, that was my first one. That was my first time I won. and after that, I won King of Fighters 97, Last Blade 2, Samurai Showdown 2. Yeah, I think I only won like 4 titles.
Only 4. He's only won 4 Tuesday Night Fights. Congratulations. You always take the best pictures. Like this pose right here is one of your Tuesday Night Fights victories. Where do you get all these great poses from? Because they're always the best.
Oh yeah, I decided to do poses ever since I can't remember his name. He did that wrestler pose where he stick his hand out. So I was
Alex
like,
Monin, maybe?
yes, him.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
he
that was him.
did this one, right? He did one where he started into his hand. Yes. Press start to finish. You have
Yeah.
my attention.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, that's the one. And Okada. Yeah, that's the wrestler name. And he kind of inspired me. I was like, man, you're taking pictures of every Tuesday night fight. I need to do something for fun. You know, I worked my way on butt off of this. So let me get this little victory pose. So I just want to do every victory pose
Understood,
based on
Josh.
like, fighting games I did. So, because you know how fighting games always have some of your victory pose, like peace sign from Ken or like Shuriken, like Ryu. So yeah, I'm just pretty much I just want to emulate it and say, yeah, this is me. I won.
Sorry about that. Have you been competing for a long time? Like, are free play is free play your first competition place, or did you compete in tournaments long before then?
I kind of somewhat competed long before then.
Do you remember where? Lost John again.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, you're back, baby, again. But yes, I hear you.
Yeah. Okay. So back what I was saying is it was like when King of Fighters 13 got released. And so there was a Dallas tournament. It was UCC Uppercut Championships.
Mhm.
It was hosted at the bar in Plano. So
Okay.
yeah, that was my first offline tournament I competed against the first time ever. I went like 1-2, 1-2 on that one. I don't know, I was kind of expected, but it was really a fun experience because I didn't know we had a scene. I didn't know there was a fighting game scene in Dallas.
Oh yeah.
I
For a
was
long
very
time, too.
surprised. Yeah, I'm very surprised. I said, well, wait, well, I didn't know we had a scene the whole time. I just found out by accident because I was like searching around the forums, and they just posted it was on the Shuriken forums. They posted it on the tournament listing in Dallas.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's how I knew about the community group. How many there was actually fighting game players, and it was really an interesting experience to get exposed to different skill levels and what kind of games all the games they love to compete in.
Have you ever
So
traveled to any tournaments?
no. Usually I travel locally in the Dallas. I never travel outside of that.
Gotcha. Trying to look at your totals here. Let's see. Other than fighting games, what are your favorite free play events?
Free play events. I wish I could go all of them, but I don't think I don't have the money to keep
I
on
understand.
going. But I think besides the fighting games, I love playing the puzzle events. It's more a little bit more relaxing. Take a little break from fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
And I always love it in the puzzles. It's very kind of random. Sometimes like I never see this before, but it's funny to see the results and compete with each other in the puzzles.
Yeah. Do you play Magical Drop 3? Is that your game? What's your favorite puzzle game?
Yes, I think I'll choose Magical Drop 3 as my one of my favorite puzzle games to compete in.
Mhm.
Other puzzle games, I'm really down for it. Sometimes I'll play a little bit just to get a hang of it to see it. But I'm really love to try out some new puzzle games before. The other one I don't think that's really you ever have a puzzle game. But if it's just like a puzzle bubble, yeah, I'll be down to play that too.
So you've been active in the Hall of Fame since day one because you were at Spring Series where we first had the Free Play Hall of Fame, but you didn't really pursue it. I know you've got many monthly high score challenge entries, so you are active in the Free Play Hall of Fame. How long have you been actively pursuing the Hall of Fame trophies?
I'm not really. I don't want to try too hard because sometimes I just want to give other chance to compete in a high score challenge. And sometimes there's I just like I'm coming more casually. I'm not really I'm not really hunger. But sometimes I'm like I just want to score this attack and try to see if anyone wants to attempt it. That's how I usually am.
Yeah, you're always one of the nicest players out there. It's been fun over the years getting a chance to play with you and see you see the scores you'll put up on improbable games. See the little score battles you'll get into early with Chase Cole, later with Ray Upshaw, but you'd always find a rival there. Do you have a rival in Free Play?
Not sure. I guess it's just more like casual rivals. It's not like
Yeah, we're all friends here.
I don't have it's our friends. I don't have a true rival. Usually we just have little jokes to each other. Usually what I kind of noticed that Ray or Jeremy Golden or Chase Stickett, what they surprised me the most, like each time when they ever beat me, they have a victory shout. They were like, yes, ah.
Yes. Well, you're the champion of 39 different games. They're trying to catch you.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm very surprised. Like,
You're like,
wow.
who are these guys?
Yeah, that's how it was at first. I was like, who are they? But then more of the time I kind of compete go a lot more regularly. I kind of recognize them, and I'm still surprised they still get that little shout. I just don't know. I'm just like nobody. But I guess at least they found some kind of victory against me. It makes it kind of feel kind of good.
Well, you're incredibly friendly. You're a great person to pair anyone with. Being as that is how it is. I've partnered you with Edward on many occasions. Ray, whenever he wants to yell your name and start spamming Chang moves. What are your Tuesday night fights memories as far as like the partner phase? Whenever you're playing with partners.
Well, yeah. Before I answer that question, also I have a little starting another rivalry with Evenness now.
Evilness?
Now,
not Bokai?
Yeah, Evenness. Yeah.
Bokai's beneath you, right?
Oh man, that's a lot of rivalries. Oh my god. It's like you. Okay, now I can name a bunch of people. You, Chris, Arthur, Bokai, Evenness, Juvie, the whole Third Strike and ST scene. I just like, man, I just want to beat you. I'm tired of losing to you guys.
There's a lot of us though.
Yeah.
You could go 2-2, and that means you beat 2 of us and lost to 2 of us. There's so many of us.
Yeah, there's the too many. Let's see who else? Like Chad. This one. I think it was Rob, the Chun-Li player.
Yes. Rob Outsider.
Yeah. Yes, Rob Sider. Yes, and Alex. I forgot his name. That's the one he plays on Makoto.
Makoto. Whitfield? Jackson?
Him, and there's another one. That's just his name was really escaping me. I just feel so bad. Let me go quick search.
Yang.
Quick. Yes, Yang. Yes, yeah. Yang. Yes, Yang, Sunny, Ray. Yeah.
Yeah, all those Third Strike guys.
Yeah, and listen, how we play. He's like to play. He's an artisan. He likes to play the Super Art 3 Ryu.
Matt Johnson.
Yes, Matt Johnson. Yes.
Yeah, that's the general manager of Free Play Arlington.
Oh, he is? He's the general manager?
Yes, he is.
I didn't know that. I thought we're just a tech. Oh
It's
man.
not my smoke alarm. It is John's smoke alarm. It's his infamous smoke alarm.
I apologize. I just replaced it, but there's another one hidden somewhere, so I need to search and replace it.
I'm not buying that for one moment. Your infamous smoke alarms.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Jasmine. So let's see.
Oh yeah, the victory. Yeah, about the. What was the question about your team again?
Oh, what are your favorite Tuesday Night Fights teams that you've been a part of?
Like the moments, like what kind of experience, or who's my favorite team member?
What are some of your good favorite experiences with team members in Tuesday Night Fights?
Yeah, one of my favorite team members' experience is just watching my partner have fun with it, and they try to learn. They be patient, and sometimes I like to watch them win, because I just don't want them to feel bad that I'm like letting me down and I have to do all the work. I was like, no, no, no. I always tell them, don't worry about it. I just want you to have fun and try. I only care about do your best, and don't worry about losing. I'll take care of it because it's more fun for me to play. But I want you to. I just want you to have fun and just work your butt off. So that's one of my favorite moments. It was like oh gosh, I forgot who's my partner. I think it's Chris Pega.
Chris Paga, yes.
Yes. So he's one of my he's a it was a funny experience because each time Samurai Showdown Turn 2, every match he just wants to leave. It's like, can I just leave? Yeah, I just want to get out of here. Why do I keep playing? He keeps on playing.
He never actually enters. What happens is somebody will leave, or there'll be an odd number of players. He'll be playing Dragon's Lair, and I'll just look at him and announce that he's in the tournament and toss him on somebody's team. So always a reluctant player, but not a bad player.
Yeah, he's not. He's willing to learn and do the moves. But it's very funny moment that he just also want to leave. But it was pretty fun talking to him because he's a very fan of the Dragon's Lair, and he just told me a history about how people play it, complaints, and there's some tricks behind it.
Yes.
So
yeah, he has the world record for 3 lives. 3 lives.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm like, man. It's like, wow. I try Dragon's Lair. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. I don't know how people play this game. No wonder they complain about it. And another one is watching Ed as my partner. So he's the same too. He's very interesting because he loves like searching, collecting games, little fun facts, trivia.
All the games,
And,
yes.
Yes, I was like, I don't know how you got them, but it's very impressive of your neat collections he shows off.
Have you played on his Switch?
Yes, he plays on the Switch almost every time before the tournament. I was like, each time I'm just wandering around, I'll see him in the table, get ready to learn the moves, and get prepared. He's really into like I want to do my best. So I really appreciate that he has the passion to compete in the events, whether he wins or loses.
Have you been playing any new games since we've all been at stay at home?
Yeah, I did. Besides the old classic games, I still keep in touch with the newer games and the modern games out there. Well, for example, is like the Final Fantasy VII remake.
How is it?
I did not play that game yet. So
You haven't played it yet?
now I'm waiting for the PC release because now I'm focused on the computers. I don't have the PS4 or Xbox One. I still have. I have a Switch. I've got that. Yeah. Switch. Yeah, I got the. I'm playing that new Samurai Showdown 7. So I've been besides the free-play arcade events, I still competing with the other events out there, the fighting games. Samurai Showdown 7. I've been competing in that one here and there.
I heard that that's similar to Super Turbo, or most like Super Turbo. I don't know what they mean by that because I haven't played it, but you're a pretty big fan?
Samurai Showdown. Yeah. At first I was kind of because a lot of people say they love like Samurai Showdown too. I mean, I experienced, but I was kind of but now I kind of grew up the more I play with in that series. It's very footsie fundamentals. No gimmicks. Yeah, you just like make sure doing your punishes well. Do your kind of know your frame data. Like every decision you make, it kind of costs you. So yeah, I guess people can I can see why people kind of compare with the Super Turbo. It's like footsie fundamentals. It's like no air dashes, no gimmicks, or comeback factors. Well, there is. Yeah, but yeah, that's how it is. I think that's how people compare it. I'm not sure that's a good description. Maybe someone else can.
Yeah, I don't know. I know Lord Jimmy Bones quit Super Turbo to play Samurai Showdown. So, and he
Oh,
he was
really?
he was one of the ones that was telling me that it was a more fundamental game, and thus he was thinking about moving on to that for more potential fame and different places to go as far as the FGC. Would you ever consider traveling to a tournament?
Yeah, definitely. Probably in a few years. There's lots of hotspots I want to go. The Evil is, obviously is number one. Combo Breaker, the ones in Texas, Texas Showdown, Final Round. Yeah, there's like a bunch of big majors out there. I also want to try, and Big E Gaming. Some Jazzy Circuits qualifiers, and
Well,
yeah,
we had the biggest of those.
yeah, that's true too. But sometimes I just want.
You could go to if you make the circuit around the state, you can hit the Houston ones and the Austin ones and the Dallas ones. And we tried to coordinate those so that players could hit all three of them. And that gets you a ton of Jazzy Circuit points. Just ask everybody on the East and West Coast that can't beat us.
Oh, yeah, that is true too. Yeah, I do recall that you do travel those events too. Yeah, so I'll put that as one of my to-go lists in the future.
Do you play Windjammers?
Yes. Yes, I love playing Windjammer.
Yeah, see,
it's really fun.
See, that when you go to majors, they usually have some sort of bonkers SNK, like Windjammers tournament or something along those lines, some oddball tournament that seems like it would appeal to you specifically, John.
Yeah, you know me. I love to see some.
I'm not that far away from you. I like Bizarro tournaments. I like just doing different things.
Oh, that's really neat. That's nice to know. Because I'm aware that Houston there's a group called Poverty Maniacs, and they focus on some poverty or old school games like Street Fighter Alpha 2, Vampire Savior, Cardinal's Revenge. I think Windjammers is part of it too. Maybe I'm not surprised if it is.
Yeah, would make sense. It would make sense. Not my favorite Super Dodgeball though. You need more love for that game.
Yeah, I need to get used to that Super Dodgeball because I remember playing it. I tried to get the high score attack, but using on a stage 2 or 3, that's when I don't know, somehow I lost my my rhythm of how to hit the other team with the balls because they've been really aggressive later on with the AI.
I gotta be honest with you. I like playing I like playing Super Dodgeball on the NES. That's my jam right there.
Really? Oh, I didn't know there was a release on
Yes,
the NES.
the NES version is actually quite fun. You can really hook the ball around, and it's I want to say it's 6-on-6 as opposed to 3-on-3. Yeah.
Oh,
Remember
is that the one? Go ahead.
Oh, it looks like Double Dragon graphics from the NES, but I think it's set in the same Technos universe. But yeah, you can really hook the ball around, and there's a lot of spacing in that game as opposed to the Neo Geo version where you end up uppercutting the ball and things like that. There's still spacing and odd footsies and stuff going into a sports game if it is, but the NES version we would play in hotel rooms when we were traveling to different Tekken majors back in the day.
Is the arcade based on that on the NES or?
It's somewhere between, like it's based on the arcade, but it's and it looks more similar to the arcade. The arcade has bigger sprites, much bigger sprites, but here I'll possibly be able to bring up a clip from my bedroom playing it from forever ago. Man, this is ancient. Not on a CRT. See if I can pull this up for you. Can you see the stream? There we go. I used to hold tournaments in my apartment way back in the day, and I would have just. It's very similar to what I'm doing now with the community group, just with random players. This is Sarah versus Bonnie in the NES Super Dodgeball. So I was a big fan back in the day.
Wow, in my opinion, I don't know. Somehow the NES looks much better than the arcade.
I mean the arcade had better, bigger sprites, more detail. So I wouldn't say it looks better than the arcade, but it's the playfield is so much bigger that it's definitely a different game, and I felt like it played a little bit better. A little more variety, a little more space to move around in, which I liked. And hooking the ball was an interesting concept too. So yeah, there's NES Super Dodgeball for you.
Wow. Okay. And
What was that, John?
when do you host that NES version?
I don't really do it anymore because what I used to do was I lived right outside of University of Texas at Dallas, so right off campus. A lot of the ATech students there, I would host get-togethers with them. So that's where I met my best friend Sarah. I know you've met Sarah Moore at some point or another. I turn this thing down. Accidentally killed all of my windows as opposed to just minimizing. Great job, me. I'm a professional. Yeah, I met Sarah at that point. I had a whole group of friends that would play very much like the Free Play Arcade community group does. We would hold tournaments week after week. I would have a meta game, much like the Hall of Fame. It was a lot of fun, and there we go. We played a ton of different games. This is back in the Rock Band 1 era, so and that's how I know a lot of people who work at id Software and Gearbox, because they moved on once they graduated to jobs in the industry. DreamWorks, they kind of all got around, and I knew them. Cyanide and Happiness, the creators of Cyanide and Happiness, were a part of that. So.
Chris, you know a lot of people with interesting backgrounds.
Well, you just got to know who to know to introduce yourself to everybody. That's why I know Mike, like Beltran, so he can introduce me to people like Action Jackson and Fluffy, although he hasn't introduced me to any of his friends. But in theory, he has a lot of famous celebrity contacts that he could get us in contact with, and then we could have other people on the show. And honestly, like, just being fearless to say hi on Twitter is really the key. That's how we got the Streets of Rage artist to be appearing on the show on Wednesday.
What?
Yes, yeah, the lead artist, artistic director of Streets of Rage 4 will be joining us Wednesday at 2 o'clock.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, let me thanks for letting me know, because I'm for sure I did not miss that.
Yeah, Wednesday at 2. And in fact, if you tune in at noon, it'll be VGM Wednesdays, and that's when Ian does the Photoshop and they talk video game music. It's a lot of fun. That's my favorite show of the week, and they're focusing on video game art because they have Josh Featherstone, the guy who did like all the art that you see on the screen right now, including the background with your Hall of Fame picture. Josh Featherstone will be joining them at noon, and then he'll talk for a couple of hours. He might stick around for the Streets of Rage guy as well. And then live from Paris, we'll have Ben Piquet. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I don't speak French, but he'll be joining us at 2, and we get to tell him how awesome this game is, which, by the way, it's awesome. I don't know if you played it. It's greatness.
Yeah.
Where do you play it? John? Keep losing John. Not sure.
You killed him.
I killed him. Well, that was the final appearance of John Gao because he was killed. Oh, no, he's back. He's back. Welcome back.
Yay, Rise from the grave.
Hey, clarification, John. Is it cow or gal?
It's if you want to do like American-ish pronunciation, you can go ahead and say cow. But the correct way to say it is gao with a G-A-O.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you supposed to pronounce it correctly for my last name. So you've been saying it right the whole time, John Gao.
Yeah, it's I can say Gao, but I will say it is fun when you guys pick the cow characters and start mooing and stuff. That's fun too.
Oh yeah, it's fun. It's some funny games. I'm not really offended. I mean, I've been calling cow like that like for a long time. So this is nothing new to me.
All right. So are you pro cows, against cows? Do you like mooing?
This is my first time I ever experienced this. Everyone have fun with the mooing stuff. So I'm pro on it. I'm pro again.
I could see you now like performing live in stadiums and everybody's just mooing in the audience, just moo, and it sounds like they're booing you, but they're actually just mooing because you're playing.
Yeah, it depends on the context, but it doesn't really bother me either way. It's really fun for me. I'm very easygoing. I won't take any offense on it.
That is true.
Usually, I'll just work with the crowd, and if they boo against me, then I'll just play as a heel. But if I'm the hero,
I can't imagine anybody booing you. The only reason somebody would boo you is if they want to be a heel themselves.
Same here. I think that's how I can see it. I don't think anyone's really like that. Go that low against me, unless I did some shady stuff. Then yeah.
Well, thank you for playing with us. Thank you for supporting us and sticking with us through all this time, watching the stream. You've been a great help, especially when we go back to the SNK games on Fightcade.
Oh, yeah, likewise. Yeah, I love fighting games. I love to be with the community. It's really fun to get everyone, and I'm surprised that here I am today that I'm still being active. And I'm playing with you guys. So hopefully everyone's doing okay during this situation.
You're one of the most beloved members of this community. You may not speak up all the time. You may not have your own news segment every day at noon. But you're definitely one of everyone's favorites. Everyone has nothing but kind words for you. So very, very happy to have you a part of all of this, and hope you stick around for a great amount of the future.
Oh yeah, definitely. As long as there's the community who still have the passion and love and compete whatever games it is, I'll be there. This time. No.
Are you talking to us on a phone right now, or do you have a laptop or anything?
I'm talking on my phone right now. I don't know if you keep hearing beeps. I'll just doing the.
I do hear the beeps, but like that's not. I was really interested more because like if you only have the phone, then it would be hard to play Jeopardy with you later.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. I think I could turn a laptop on the side, and I could just multitask somehow. I'll find a way.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I can complete. I'll find a way around it.
All right.
Just give me the instructions.
Will do. It may take a little while, so I don't know if you guys caught in the chat. Josh is possibly busy. He got called to the arcade because he is once again working for Free Play Arcade. So Journeyman Josh is actually he is the tech once again at Free Play Arcade. Not sure what his task is at 3:30, so it may delay us in starting Free Play Arcade Jeopardy. That's usually at 4:30 p.m. I don't know when exactly we will start, but it's seeming like it will be delayed. So bear with us, John. If you have the time, we'll make you one of our 3 contestants today. Scheduled to be contestants at Free Play Arcade Jeopardy is you and Bowling Mania from New Jersey, and also Jerry Holt, aka D Owls, our big. Yes, that's correct, Bokai. It is the Alpha 3 soundtrack. Retrospect Radio is down, so I had to make do. And with John Gao being here, I thought Alpha 3 soundtrack would be perfect. Speaking of, are you going to play in Tuesday Night Fights this week?
Yes.
Yes, of course you are. Yeah, and you're going to be paired with Drew.
Yeah. Yes, I overheard it. That
Yes.
you paired me up with him.
You okay
That's
with
cool.
Drew? You and Drew gonna rock the show and win this thing?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll do my best. You can put me any partner you can tag along with. I'll try my best to work with my team.
Yeah, you're always good for that. I look forward to seeing you soon, and good luck in Jeopardy today. Forgive us for the timing. It may wander a little later. I'm not sure when Josh is available, but as soon as he is, we'll get this thing started.
Yeah, that's okay. There's no rush. I don't have any busy schedule today, but big shout outs to him for the Wednesday Poverty Wednesday he'll host this with the other games that don't get the love. So it was
Oh,
really
you're a big
fun
fan
to be in
of
that
Journey
one.
to Journeyman.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes whenever he hosts the games on Wednesdays, and when I have the time, I always like stop by to play the games he hosts.
Yeah, that's good. I suspect whenever we open back up, it'll be something. I'm not sure if Journey to Journeyman will be an every week thing because there weren't a ton of people that would show up every week. But definitely, it's a passion of his to highlight different weird fighting games. So yeah, look for Wednesdays to be Journey to Journeyman again in the future when free play opens. Obviously, we're doing something because he's busy doing something for Corey at 3:30 today. Now, aka. So there'll be something. Yeah, thanks for joining us. I'm probably going to take a break for a sec, and then I'm going to come back and I guess queue up some Streets of Rage 4 while we kill time to wait for Free Play Arcade Jeopardy to start again. Do you play?
Okay. The Spirit what? I'm sorry, to play the Spirit Rage 4.
Do you play?
No, I don't have the game yet, so I can't not play with you yet.
Gotcha. I understand. Okay, if anyone's down, let me know. Thank you, John, for joining us. You're a very deserving Hall of Famer. Like, this is multiple times that you've been featured in the Hall of Fame. We're so very happy to and honored to have you.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks. It was really fun to be here. I think it was really fun. It was fun to talking to everyone and just be a part of this free play community.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll continue playing with the games, any games out there. So just host events, and I'll try my best to be there.
Of course. We will do and look forward to seeing you. You're always a favorite. Thanks, John.
Right. Thanks, Chris. I'll be back in the audience now.
Yeah, I'll see you soon.